that honestly,
We're live.
Greg it makes Greg look a lot darker than he usually does. Like, holy shit, looks like he's in a cave right now or something.
Greg's always
he's
a bit
African.
darker than usual.
I'm Black Greg today. How's it going?
Happy birthday, Black Greg.
I like how it can't distinguish between the gap between your headphone strap and that looks hilarious.
And I lost my hand. Oh, there it goes.
Your beer's disappearing.
Floating in here. There we go.
All right, so we got Greg here who had his birthday yesterday, but Dan decided to hog all the attention, so we said, "Now, happy birthday, Dan."
What a jerk Dan is. And now I'm drinking a hop seltzer because I'm a lightweight and I can't handle my booze anymore.
Jesus.
So
you drank too much yesterday.
Probably. Also, I mix things I shouldn't mix, like bourbon and double tempest, and that doesn't go well together.
You mixed them together like cuvee?
Well, not actually mix them together. I should have mixed them together. I drank them close to close because I don't have the secret ginger genetics to not be dead the next morning.
I don't have an explanation for how my body works. Weird.
Anyway, all right. Speaking of how your body works, hi, Greg. Hi, Carrie.
I go poo sometimes.
And use a bidet. Order a bidet if you're at work.
You know it, baby.
What are you drinking?
The fuck you think I'm drinking? It's a regular hangout.
Haze Mama. You're saving your other beers for other non-special nights. This is
I'm almost done this. I'll grab something mildly interesting when I'm done this.
More interesting than a hop water? Crazy.
Speaking of mildly interesting, let's go over to Scott. Hey, Scott. How you making out? How's the halfway house going on?
The discreet, it's from a discreet homeless location. It's doing okay, I guess. All my stuff got packed into a storage unit, and I got what I need to live until the RV park RV park opens up.
I like how you're going to say it rolls around, although it's more like you're going to be rolling into the RV park. It's kind of funny.
Well, yeah, I mean, the RV does roll.
I mean, for the most part, it's not like
I think it's like you can push it from the side and like roll over and over again.
It's not like you're going to take your storage thing and right up to the trailer. You're going to just have some stuff.
No. Yeah, so the storage location stays there until I find a permanent residence. But it's still accessible, so we put some things in the storage location that we need for the trailer because we can't take it to our homeless location right now. We can only take what we need for like the next 2 weeks now. So I got clothes and some of my daughter's toys and stuff like that. And then when we move out to the RV, we will move our stuff that's here out to there and then go to the storage locker and pick up a few things that we were also destined for the RV.
Wait, are you getting a RV? It's like an actual like drivable thing. It's not just a trailer.
No, it's a fifth wheel.
Okay, so what's I should know all these distinctions. An actual like the big bus style RV.
That's if you drive it yourself, that's really what the term RV is.
Okay.
Right.
Randomly, I don't know if you've seen Robin Williams, one of his later movies in his career. Kind of cheesy, but it was actually pretty funny. It had its moments. But the part where he goes into the lake and rides the bike out of the lake is one of the most unrealistic things ever put to film. But aside from that, it was pretty funny. Yeah, so yours is a fifth wheel, so that is the big one that goes like. Is that the one where you have the trailer hookup in the bed of the truck?
Let's talk camping, right?
Let's do
it. Tent, right, is just fabric. Tent trailer is the bottom part is plastic or wood or whatever. The top part rises up and then folds out, and those are the fabric side.
The one where it folds up and the beds usually come out the sides, kind of thing, in the front. And the back.
Right. Yeah. So then you have a hybrid, which is the main part is solid. It has a bathroom, and the ends fold out and fabric.
Okay.
Right. So that's a hybrid. Then you have a trailer which is fully. It's a hitch that goes on the back of the truck, like that trailer hitch.
That's what my mom has. Yeah.
Right, and it doesn't fold out. It might slide out. It might have slide outs, right, where the kitchen slides out or the dining room slides out, or
it makes the
whatever.
trailer wider, something like that. Yeah.
Right, but it's solid, right? Then you have a fifth wheel where, like you said, the hitch is in the back of the bed of a truck.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
A lot easier to move, and traditionally can be bigger than a trailer, right?
Well, yeah, because it's using the entire frame of your vehicle as its kind of
as its pivot point.
Yeah. Well,
and then
you must know of this. VW, way back in the day,
had one on top of the car,
where it's like actually one of the coolest random designs ever. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It was so.
That was technically a trailer because the trailer hitch was on the top of the VW Bug, and it connected to the top of that. Yeah, and you could actually rotate 360 and drive it forward. Yeah,
the way it looked, though, the
trailer looked like a fifth wheel.
The trailer had a fifth wheel design. Yeah, but I guess
it looked like a fifth wheel. Yeah, but it was a ball. Cool. Yep. So, and then you have the RV Class A, which is, it looks like a pickup truck. There's one that looks like there's one that fits on the back of a regular pickup truck, but there's a Class A that looks like a truck but has the back end of an RV
company. Yeah.
Right. And then a Class C, the B's are different, but a Class C is a longer one. This traditional, it has the bed on top of the truck. Gotcha. And then it has a bathroom and all that stuff in the back, right? That's a Class C RV. And then you have the bus, which the big
ones. I know there's even like different. There's vastly different sizes of them. There's some of them that have the ability to this was on Top Gear years ago at this point. I think it was called the Performance. I remember Jeremy Clarkson saying that, the Performance it was called, and it literally had a slide out on the bottom between the wheels. Would slide out, and you had to have a pretty low profile car, but your car would go in there, and be as opposed to towing it behind. There's a YouTube channel, I can't think of it, where he does luxury tours of yachts and stuff like that. And there's some of those RVs are outrageous. And Jesus Christ be praised, Henry. I apologize, Lady Lee's not here right now, but yeah, cheers, man.
So what I have is a fifth wheel, right? And I don't have a truck to tow it, but the fifth wheel will be towed by the RV place we bought it from, and we paid cash right out, so we own it completely. They will tow it from the RV lot into our slot in the campground. They will hook it up complete, from stem to stern. It's a turnkey operation, right? They just give us the key, we turn it, and it's fully operational. Electric hookup,
nice.
Water hookup, pipe hookup. And they don't usually do.
They have a
pipe service.
So you got you don't have to dump anything. It's already just there.
So you actually have to go every 3 days, go outside and press a button to eliminate your tank into the septic system.
Still, that's way better than having to move it some. Well, I guess you wouldn't have them come every few days to move it for you. That makes sense.
Right. So you go every 3 days, you go in and get out the gray water and the black water.
I guess that's a common thing in trailer parks. It must be.
It is.
Yeah,
right.
They have
hookups. Yep. So anyway, they don't usually do this for aftermarket trailers. We actually didn't buy new. We bought a 2011.
Oh yeah.
So, but they said, listen, they understand my situation. They know I'm homeless. They know I had to sell my house for whatever, and so they threw in the free setup that they usually do for brand new trailers, and they gave it to us for free, and then they gave us a whole bunch of other stuff too. So they've treated us top shelf, man. They gave us outside decking, and they gave us a light that goes outside, and they gave us this free service where they do your whole hook up and whole drop off and all that stuff. So quite good. So then we ended up going and saying, okay, fine. Instead of paying for all that, we put that money towards a 5-year warranty. So if anything ever goes wrong with the trailer, we call them and they come and replace it.
Sweet.
Because it's a 2011, right?
Yeah. But randomly, there's talking about YouTube channels that I was watching before. This one that I don't even know how I came across this channel, but I've fallen down the rabbit hole and watched so many. It's just the Airstream trailers. It's the channel's called Colonial Airstream, and some of those trailers, especially like the features that have come since yours was obviously built, kind of thing. Some of the modern ones that the new ones have. If you've got the money, like, why even have a home at some point with some of those things?
Airstreams are pretty expensive.
They're some of them are insanely expensive, but the stuff you get and and then this company has it's like what the one you bought kind of from, like they have all kinds of support. When you buy the trailer, they encourage you to spend a night in their kind of private little campground thing to get to know your stuff, and it's just very highly recommended. That Colonial Airstream channel is just really, I don't know, something to put on the background. Really enjoyable.
So my trailer actually is 10-foot ceilings. So Airstreams typically have low 8-foot ceilings.
Every camper I've ever been in has pretty low ceilings. 10-foot seems obscene. What's the brand of your trailer?
Montana.
Extremely high.
Okay.
And
10 foot's even high for a house. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
a lot of my ceilings are 10 feet high.
So so the main living space and my daughter's bunkhouse, which has a full door and a full bathroom with it, is 10-foot ceilings. But our bedroom is only the standard 8-foot ceilings, because our bedroom sits over the hitch, where the hitch would go on top of the truck.
It's still
8 feet is still plenty. Like, that's you and your wife. I've never,
more like 7 feet.
I've never stood next to your wife, but she's shorter than you, I think, right?
Shorter than me, yep.
Yeah, and I've stood next to you, and you are not a monster. Like, you should be fine. Yeah,
I'm 5'10", and I can touch the ceiling at if I put my arm up, I can touch it. It's a 7-foot, not an 8-foot. Sorry.
Like, I'm in the basement.
I think Mallory's shorter than I am, but not by much.
If I put my hand straight up, I can touch the ceiling with my finger in the basement right now. But I'm 6'1", like.
Right, and so in the main
giraffe,
in the main living space, you could not touch the ceiling at all. Neither, like, you need a ladder to get into my daughter's. There's in the bunkhouse, which has a full door. It's not a curtain. It has a full door. It has a level for her, a bunk on top of that, and then a bunk on top of that.
Jet.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
What's going on, Paul? Long time no see.
Hey, Paul Burnous.
It's actually Greg's birthday, but Dan's a sucker for attention.
Oh, that Dan, that bastard.
Anyway, so I can talk a little bit more about my trailer, but let's talk about my beer. Tonight, I have a Garrison Mango and Dragon Fruit Sour.
Oh, that sounds pretty
fancy,
cool, actually. Ooh.
I'm doing the entire PA Brew News thing and drinking an 11% Imperial Stout.
This one's a 5.0 with natural mangoes and dragon fruit flavors. It tastes like summer, it says. It's very delicious.
Nice. Sounds good. So where are you at now? It's Scott. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm in a discreet homeless location.
Yeah, was it like Sussex or
in St. John?
Oh, it's in St. John. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know the general area. Okay.
So I was able to go out to the east side and pick up my beers tonight.
Nice.
Not tonight, today.
Even though we didn't really have a PA 101 this tonight.
No, but I mean, I picked up a few different ones. This is my first tonight. I got a few other ones coming, and I can talk about them when I finish this Garrison.
Yeah. Ooh, squeeze play. Pink lemonade sour. Sounds good.
Oh, another sour.
Scott, what is the plan once things are more settled and you decide to buy more permanent residence? Are you going to sell the trailer park back to these people, or?
So here's the plan so far, and it's solid until September. We move into the trailer May 9th, and then Mallory, my wife, and my daughter live in the trailer until September. No matter what, right? No matter where I get my job, they live in that trailer no matter what. I have job postings in our St. John, where I'm living now, Moncton, and Fredericton. So I have job postings in those 3 places, and those are happy birthday, Greg. And they're in different locations. I also have remote positions, so nice.
Cheers,
Nick.
Paul.
Go big or go home. Cheers, Paul.
Yep.
So
cheers, Henry.
Cannabis. Cheers, Henry. So if I get a job in one of these local cities, which is from Sussex, where I'm going to have the trailer, it's very central to those 3 locations. So if I get a job in one of those 3 locations, I will drive daily to those locations. If I get a job elsewhere, say outside of those 3 locations, I will actually go and live in a 1-bedroom house, I'll do a bedroom thing, right, where I pick up a bedroom somewhere.
Well, you could do the first level of the tent that we were talking about before. Go camping.
Yeah, well, go camping. We thought about that too. And then at the end of September, I'll be looking or at the end of August, I'll be looking for a house or an apartment to have them move in with me. And then we can sell the trailer for about the same price as what we paid for. Also, if I need to go to Alberta or Ontario or whatever, I can do that. And they're still sitting here living. We've cut down our expenses to $400 biweekly. That's how much we cut it down to. $400 biweekly, not including gas or groceries.
What did you cut it down from, if I may ask?
You want to know?
It was
like it was $450.
No, it was.
Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous.
$2,400 biweekly.
Gross.
You
Yeah, keep in mind Scott was making 6 figures.
Yeah, but that's slashing the butt. Yeah. Good job, man. Good on you. I hope it's nothing that's gonna make your quality of life sad or something, but
Redbeard, we're living in a trailer.
At a trailer park, which here's a question. The trailer park you're staying at, does it have any kind of swimming facility? Is it on a lake?
3 pools.
Okay, that's cool. So there's
it has the Kennebecasis River.
2 more than I have.
And I feel like depending on how your neighbors and stuff are, there could be get-togethers around campfires and shit. I don't know, it honestly
maybe some swapping.
Pretty nice summer for your family.
Place up there
I hope they get experience with it. To be honest, I really do.
So the place I have in the campground, it has 3 pools, has 3 play sets swings and playground equipment. It has a drive-in movie theater. It has a canteen. It has a river, and it has 3 kilometers of walking trails.
Drive-in theater. That's pretty cool.
So
the same 3 kilometers of walking trails are the same ones I used to bike on there a few years ago.
You can also bike on them. But
well,
anyway,
we got Paul.
It's a
Paul
full
was in
service.
for 26 years, and Henry also agreeing. Nothing wrong at all with the trailer.
Yeah.
I hope they have a blast. I hope they have a great time. That sounds like a pretty cool place to be.
Trailer versus camping trailer, though. There's a difference between a trailer and a camping trailer.
So
trailer,
I was in my mom's trailer out front of the house here for several months. I had access to the house for the bathroom and stuff, which was obviously very nice, but it was all right.
Yeah, so in Canada, you can't live in a camping trailer in the wintertime because it's not insulated enough, right?
This is generally, yeah. Well, some of those Airstream ones, they've got
They do. They have extra insulation.
Them.
Yeah.
You still wouldn't want to be in like minus 30 or 40, but some of them are pretty awesome.
Right. And this trailer here has good insulation for the spring, for the shoulder months, so spring and the falls. It has a heater. It also has a fireplace, an electric fireplace.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fancy. It has 2 bathrooms, right?
So that in itself is honestly like.
So you can still have Taco Tuesday with the family.
There you go.
But in a camping trailer, there's no water. There's no tank in the toilet. There's no tank for water to hold. Right? It's a dry toilet bowl. You flush it, and then water squirts in and flushes down into the black tank.
The one my mom had, you had to like push it, and like you pushed out. There's like a foot thing. You pushed it some of the way to open it, and then all the way to actually run the water in it. I remember that. Yeah.
Right. Yep. And so you can't live in that in the wintertime here in Canada, but it's insulated enough so that the shoulder seasons you could probably get through. And with with a heater and an air conditioner and a fireplace, it's going to be pretty good.
When I first went into my mom's trailer, it was like early spray. It was honestly a bit too early to be in there because they had the propane heater in it, and I was going through both tanks on that thing, about basically a tank a day, keeping it reasonably warm. Yeah, I was in there when it was chilly, but yeah.
So anyway,
kept it hot, and the air conditioner in the summer was awesome.
And everything except for the stove and the outside kitchen, everything is electric, and we can get that from the camping ground.
Nice.
So that's all right. So this camper also has a washer and dryer combo built in.
Those are just in like not even having one in the camper, but just in general.
Yeah.
The fact that those exist and they've gotten better, and like now it's actually a viable thing to buy. Saving that much space in a laundry room, that's not a small, like it's a lot of space you're gaining. Even having one of the stacker ones.
Yeah,
which
so
I always
it's actually
cool.
It's not in a laundry room. It's in the master bedroom, and it's big enough for probably 2 sets of clothes for your day, right? So 2 jeans, 2 socks, 2 socks, right? But it's and it does drying as well. The only issue is it's only a 15 amp campground. I can't use the dryer. The dryer isn't.
You could probably set up a clothesline or something outside or something, maybe.
I have a drying rack, right?
There you go. Well, I know they make now actually washer dryer combos that don't even need a duct for the dryer. But from what I've heard, that technology really isn't quite there yet. I've heard of like a lot of just being on Reddit. There's a DIY and fix it subreddits that I'm part of, and the horror stories I've heard about them. Although one company, I don't know which one it is, but one company that makes one of them, there's this one valve or something that I guess just gets overlooked all the time. And it's like you have to turn it and then you're good to go. But if you don't turn it, then it's going to leak water everywhere or some shit. It's bad design or something in it, but it's pretty funny.
So you asked the question, what's the plan? The plan is for them to stay there, till the end of August, early September, whatever. And then wherever I'm at, they might move to where I'm at. So let's talk about where I might be. I have been doing jobs. I've been doing job interviews, and I've been doing that kind of stuff for, the last 3 months. And I've gotten to a point where I have a company in PEI, actually the PEI government, is probably going to offer me a position tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool.
I have the New Brunswick government. Yeah, I have the New Brunswick government. Did an interview today. They asked me for my references, and they said they're going to get a hold of me next week.
Nice.
And then I have a remote job posting that I did this past week and I'm in the final 3 candidacy for next week. So if I get that's remote completely. I don't have to go anywhere. I can get a job. I can get a posting, or I can get a house here in New Brunswick or in St. John or whatever, and work from home. And then I have other places in Nova Scotia that want me to come down there. They said it's a 4-week time frame until they get the second interview and the third interview going again. And then I have a job at JDI, which is local to St. John as well, looking for me to come and stay here in St. John as well. So I got a lot of options going. It's whoever gets to me first, I'll pick up. The PEI job is next province over, and it takes a little while to get over there, but and it's the cheapest of the 3 jobs. So it's the one that has the least money. It's not a 6-figure job, but it's like a 96.
It sounds like it's the most work for the least benefit.
It's the most work for the least benefit, but it's more than what I'm getting now.
Fair,
right? So, and the cost of living in PEI is pretty low. Like, I could definitely get a small little house in PEI and be okay.
And you can offset your costs by having a potato farm on the side.
There you
go.
Potato vodka.
Although isn't PEI, going to be the province that probably isn't around in probably at this point like 1,000 years. Well, it's eroding away. But
well, I mean, I don't think Scott will be around to 1,000 years. So
yeah, he'd be fine.
Yeah,
he'd be fine. Your legacy won't live on forever.
Not with his liver.
No.
Jesus.
My liver's actually gotten better. My liver's gotten better, Nick.
The battalion tied it up.
You're probably healthier than I am, so.
I'm happy in himself.
Yeah, probably.
So
I mean, Nick could definitely do more cocaine than Scott could.
It's true.
So if PEI gives me the offer tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., they said they scheduled a call for me tomorrow at 9 a.m. If they give me the offer, I'll take the offer, but I'll still entertain the other offers that are coming in my way because, like I said, PEI, it's not a 6-figure job. The one that's remote is probably $120K, and the New Brunswick government one is probably $110K. But the New Brunswick government is going to be a better fit for me because it's better benefits, right?
Which is the one, or are you not applying for any more? The one where you get to be Jack Torrance in The Shining and kill your family?
I don't get that.
You're saying there was one where there was one you were showing us in the chat that was like you're in some hotel or something. You're going to be all by yourself and go crazy.
Yeah, Jasper, Alberta.
Yeah,
I did that job. So that I did that interview, and it was, hey, you're our third stringer because the first 2 didn't work out. So
they murdered their family, didn't they?
They didn't realize that Jasper doesn't have a Starbucks.
Scott, just remember when your family's out of line, you must correct them.
Well, I mean, the lake is right there. Yeah, the lake is right there. I'm more Friday the 13th.
I corrected them.
You can always just drown a random homeless person to get his rage out. It'd be fine.
I am a random homeless person.
No, you're a known homeless
all right, well,
person.
just all bring yourself to almost drowning. I don't know, almost drowning yourself, like some weird new form of autoerotic drowning asphyxiation.
Ooh, sounds dirty.
So
you'll run into one guy at the house, the groundskeeper of the place in Jasper, and he'll ask Havana if she wants some ice cream with his mind.
That ain't happening.
You got the shitting.
The shitting.
So the Jasper one is also less money, but they actually have corporate housing that is way less. You get a whole condo for $1,200.
Wow! And then Oshawa's got the lead back. That didn't take long at all. Holy shit!
What game is that, Redbeard?
Game 4. If Oshawa wins this, they'll swept us.
Awkward erotic asphyxiation.
They won the cup yet?
Like I want the battalion to win, but then at the same time, if they lose, it's summer hours. So like I almost went to the game tonight just for if they lose, the celebration that's going to happen between with all the staff members there is going to be really funny and hilarious. I said before, other people last year I was at the game where we got eliminated, and I was there with a coworker who was way more drunk than I was. We lost, and he's like, "Summer out!" We're like high fiving little kids as they're going by and stuff. It was fucking hilarious because they're all pissed off that we lost, but then the employees are all happy because
so you guys are like in their dressing room, like unsharpening their skates and stuff like that, like just to give them every ability to lose.
We could, but no, that's like.
So
actually,
Nick,
after the one game, they're the equipment manager guy left all the spare blades just sitting there, and I was gonna hide them and try to like ransom them back to him or something, but no. There's
so
like
Nick, after
easily
30 minutes.
Sorry, go ahead.
After 30 minutes, do you want to talk about beers?
Talk about beers.
All right, you got Nick can read us. Nick can read us the Canadian beer news.
Yeah, right. It doesn't exist anymore. Well, actually, you know what? They're talking about bringing the Canadian beer news back, but Atlantic Canada Beer Blog actually shut down.
Oh,
which
no.
is a surprise to me because it all comes down to like all these what we used to consider like take for granted like beer news sites were all fan run, and now that you kind of have the craft beer movement slowing down a bit, it's not going to die, but it's definitely seltzers are taking a massive chunk out of the whole thing.
Thanks, Chris.
And overall, yeah, thanks, Chris.
Even in the LCBO, man, like the selection, like the one here in town is like taking all of the about half of the fridge space that was dedicated for craft beer, and now it's just fucking seltzers. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Is that it's all like a huge amount of there's been like 3 or 4 shelves of craft beer that have disappeared at our local NBL ABL stores because seltzers and ciders have all been cutting into it, or wine or something like that. Like the size of the craft beer section has shrank quite a bit, like
by a shelf,
50%. Yeah, almost 50% actually.
In a 2-shelf
used
store,
to have a whole lot more.
Yep. And when you go in, you see a lot more seltzers and ciders. I see that too. Like if I go into
there used to be that cider corner that used to be beer in there too.
Yeah, yeah. So, but all the other ones, now that I live in town here, I've been going to different stores, not just Quispam. But I see that, you know, if there's 3 shelves, one of them is now cider and seltzers, when it used to be 3 different beer shelves. Not anymore.
That goes for all of them, and also the amount of beer that we've been getting. A lot of the beer that we have now is all New Brunswick beers, and they've also been NB Liquor's also been in the last few years been very restrictive on the new beers that appear in the shelves. Like they have to go, like a new beer has to go through an approval process before it's listed in NB Liquor shelves, which has gone up from like being 6 weeks to 5 months or something crazy. So that has thrown a wrench into local craft brewers' plans to produce seasonals on a regular basis and keep up with beer trends that have been ongoing for in other parts. Like you go to the States, like craft beer trends might change in a dime. So a new beer style comes out, and everybody wants it. It's all the rage. But here, it's really difficult for craft brewers to be able to compensate for whatever the latest trend is. So we're behind the times because of an artificial fucking approval process, which is complete bullshit. That's also means that like whatever you see on a shelf at on NB Liquor store shelves is usually just a selection of their regular mainline beers. You hardly ever see specialties because those specialties had to have been planned several months in advance. And you see the larger craft brewers doing that, like Pump House, Trailway, in New Brunswick, but it's like the smaller brewers are left twisting in the wind, and you're actually starting to see some of the smaller breweries just disappear.
Henry, and seltzers are for women.
But at the same time, we were also seeing a whole lot less penetration. Greg, penetration from outside the province. Like we're seeing less Ontario beers. We still see quite a few Ontario beers. Like I know we get like Collective Arts in Muskoka, and we had Woodhouse here for a while, and there's another one too. I trying to remember this right now, but I can't because this is hitting me. But there's also like there's hardly anybody from Quebec anymore. There's hardly any breweries from Quebec. You get like maybe 2 or 3 beers from Unibrew, and that's it.
Yeah,
there's
I agree.
Almost no representation for Quebec breweries here.
Yep.
And across country, like there's hardly anything coming from. Like we used to get a lot of like Central City or Red Racer products like from BC and we don't see that anymore. So like the numbers of beers from across the country has completely nosedived. And even like Nova Scotia, we still get beers from Garrison and a handful from Propellers. There's quite a few Garrison. We also get beers from not Stillwell. We did get some Stillwell, but there's only just been a couple of token Nova Scotia breweries, as well as like occasionally you'll get Two Crows or Good Robot or something like that. But it's occasionally it's like one-offs or Boxing Rock.
So I just had a Garrison. I switched over now. I'm over to a Happy IPA.
Ooh, that's
right from Moncton. Yep, it's a drama-free strong beer. It's an IPA. It has goats on it. Right, there's the goat on the.
Nick, look at the comments.
What's this? Okay, so where's my future wife, Lady Lee? Creepy. Lee, thank you. I'm buzzing for Lady Lee. Seltzers are for women. Alcohol laws and cannabis laws are beyond dumb. Well, let me introduce you to Canada. We are, you think that we'd have gone past prohibition a long time ago, but in Canada, they turned everything over post-prohibition to government-run liquor agencies, which are still predominant in Canadian society today, except for Alberta, which Alberta is basically, there's all kinds of stores out there. The Liquor Commission of Alberta is basically a rubber stamp committee that tells you what can come into Alberta and what can't. The thing is, everywhere else in the country, it runs their own stores for deciding what should be and shouldn't be on liquor store shelves. And you get like Quebec's pretty lax because you get convenience stores that can have whatever they want. They have a shit ton of commercial breweries in Quebec that are pretty good. But anywhere else in the country, like the LCBO in Ontario,
Ontario
LCBO's got the beer store, which
Ontario's actually come a long way. COVID randomly brought about the thing where any place that sells booze, like restaurants and shit, they're now allowed to have a fridge with whatever the fuck kind of beers they want. And as long as you buy some food, you could potentially take some of those beers home with you. So like there is like even here North Bay, there's 2 different places that have a different selection, like beers you're not going to find in the LCBO kind of thing.
Okay,
because so that's the things that come
places like that in New Brunswick too,
yeah.
And like Nova Scotia's got a couple of shops in like Halifax that'll carry beers that aren't normally carried in the in NSLC. But it's mainly governed by like New Brunswick has ANBL, all cool in New Brunswick liquor. They have NSLC, which is Nova Scotia liquor, or the PEI LCC, which is Prince Edward Island Liquor Commission Corporation, or whatever it is. You get the idea, or the SAC. I'm not even going to attempt what that means.
We even here in Ontario with the
LCBO. Yeah, it's like government-run liquor agencies.
Yeah, but the thing about the LCBO, it depends.
Fucking government-run.
But like the LCBO, with beer at least, it does depend also on the person at that store that's in charge of the beer. Some stores you'll go to, and the person doesn't give a shit, and they just kind of stock what sells, like the macro stuff, the more common craft stuff, like let's say Juicy Ass from Flying Monkeys is a super
Well, the biggest problem is
but
New Brunswick
some of them
sucks.
will stock random shit that you wouldn't find other LCBOs. That's all I was saying. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, when it comes to these liquor commissions, New Brunswick fucking sucks in this regard because in New Brunswick, I'm sure it's the same way in like Ontario and stuff like this, but in New Brunswick, whoever's in the leadership position or on the board of the ANBL is usually a favoritism position. It's whatever government comes voted in power will usually grant that board position to whoever their friends are that supported them in the election. So ever since like 2019, when the current conservative government came in power, ANBL has taken a fucking nosedive. So in the last 5 years, availability of beers has been complete shit. We've had a whole lot more shelf space has been devoted to seltzers instead of beer or cider. We've lost craft beers gotten stagnated under this government, and it's not just for placement on the store shelves. It's also concerns that have been voiced by brewers and breweries in the province that have been unsupported. I mean, we've got more breweries here than ever before, but a lot of them are struggling because they just can't get their products out there. And the best way to get them is one of the things that has changed.
On shelves.
Local breweries have been stepping in, and if you go to one of their breweries, sometimes they'll have a selection of beers from other breweries around the province. Like Picaroons is amazing for this. Long Bay is good for this. So it's just like depending on where you go, they might have a selection of other beers. But like Picaroon's the best when it comes to the mall. But other than that, you just have to go to the or like they'll have satellite locations. Like Trailway's got a location in St. John and in Fredericton.
Moncton. No, yeah.
Comments.
Some more comments. But I must say,
this is the one I wanted you to get to.
Oh, okay. I don't see many Canadian beers in Lancaster, Ontario. Only Moosehead. Well,
oh, thank God they have
talk about Moosehead for a second, right, Scott?
Wait. I got a point. Scott just pronounced that word as Ontario.
Oh, sorry, Ohio.
Lancaster, Ontario.
Now go ahead, sir. That was pretty funny.
Okay.
Pretty lame.
Listen, let me. I'm gonna.
Well, and then
there's verbal diarrhea over.
There's a follow-up comment to this one that Nick could go with to keep the next comment as well.
Not gonna lie, Moosehead is better than Budweiser. That is not wrong. But
tell us the story, Scott.
Tell us the story how you got homeless, Scott.
Yeah, well, so for Henry, I worked for Moosehead. I was the IT manager of Moosehead back in January, and they decided to let me go with no fault of my own. Their budget and managerial practices are not great, and they decided to let me go. I, to this day, will drink Moosehead for the product. I do believe the Moosehead product is better than Budweiser. But now, before this, I was a big fan. I would over promote Moosehead.
We did a couple episodes of this show solely based on Moosehead to kind of, I don't know, help Scott promote his product, kind of thing. And yeah, it was.
And so unfortunately, they decided to let me go, and that's where they're at in my bucket list. I will drink it if it's available, but if there's other cheaper, better beers, I will buy them instead.
Greg's trying to say something.
I was going to say counterpoint. Moosehead is trash, and if you drink Moosehead, you support child molesters. That's all I got to say.
Jesus,
not child molesters, Greg. Greg, come on. If you support Moosehead, you're against the homeless.
No, Greg already won.
You're against molesting the homeless children.
I'm kind of pissed off at Moosehead. I haven't drank a Moosehead since Scott got laid off. I love Moosehead. Like I love their lagers. Probably my favorite pale lager, like an adjunct lager. But and chances are I'll probably will have another Moosehead beer within the spring because I'm going to start biking. And usually that's where we go for it after a bike ride. But at the same time, like I'm fucking pissed off at what they did. Yeah, they lured you in from a high paying position in another company, and then they lay you off within 9 months. You don't even have a fucking severance to fall back on. It's
listen. I took less.
Shitty, man.
I took less money to go to Moosehead because I really liked the product and I really wanted to promote the product, and they did this to me. You know,
you got shafted hard.
I did. So I mean, the story goes that
because they don't know how to manage anyone there.
They don't know how to manage, and they don't know how to budget. And here's the thing, like, you know, I wanted to save an employee. My employee was not doing so great. And I said, "Oh, you know, man, I'm gonna try to save this employee. He's a good guy. I don't want to." But so I created a whole program for him. I came into the office, and there's the HR person, and there's my director, and I'm like, "Great, let's talk about my employee that I want to save." And they said, "Well, we don't want to talk about him. We want to talk about you. Here's your severance.
We're giving him your job."
Well, no, he's not that experienced, but it was really a kick in the butt, and I really,
here's a question.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. Yeah, he's still there. Moosehead has cost me tens of thousands of dollars plus being homeless. Why would I want to drink their stuff?
Because it's
tens
tasty.
Of thousands of dollars. It's not that tasty. It's not as tasty.
No, it really isn't. No, it really isn't.
Yeah,
tens of thousands of dollars. Right? Like I had to sell all my stuff. I had to drive my personal effects, the things that I cherished, the things that I grew up with in my childhood. I had to drive it to the landfill, pay the landfill so I could throw it away. Moosehead, that's what you did to me.
You didn't throw out your Enterprise D, did you?
No, I kept
it. Awesome.
But
I know you had the Kenner Enterprise
buried,
D from.
Yeah, it's buried pretty deep in some boxes. But all my furniture, sell all my furniture. Every piece of furniture I owned, all gone. Right?
That fucking sucks, dude.
Stuff that my dad gave me, he's dead. Stuff that my dad gave me is in the landfill now, right? Stuff that I've accumulated throughout the years, and memories that I've had, all gone because of Moosehead, right? And so now, if I get a job in PEI or Fredericton or St. John, even if I get a job in St. John, which is where I live right now, and then I read a house, right? All that, I sent $20,000 of my money to my realtor, right? All the shit that I through the landfill, I can't get back. None of that stuff I can get back. I can't go back to the landfill and start digging through it. Oh, look, there's this. Oh, look, there's that. I can't do that anymore, right? Moosehead did that to me. As much as their products I enjoy to drink, it doesn't really level up to having to throw away my childhood, having to throw away things that my deceased father gave me. It just doesn't work, man. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Hey, I'm not sure how Nick is doing with the comments, but Henry is on your side over here, man.
Yeah. Let's get back to reading the comments. So, Paul says,
also, battalion scored. They're tied up with 1 minute to go in the third. Oh my god.
Nice. PA Bruno says, we're still getting imported brews at good prices. Some of your stuff was definitely cheaper than the States. Yeah. That's what I heard. Like Canadian craft beer in the States tended to be cheaper up here for some reason. Unless it's like Macro, then Macro is ridiculously cheaper in the States. I've had the ATF at our place. I don't know what he means by ATF.
It's one of the agencies, alcohol and tobacco or firearms, something like that in the States.
Okay. Their place tried to say we sell legal booze. It's insane here in Ohio. Cannabis is legal here in Ohio now. They're just set up all up our ass. It's crazy. Okay. Rich guys getting richer, right? Restricting the availability of breweries and brands in the police shelves. Yeah, like, well, that's just it. Like, ANBL is in the back pocket of Moosehead kind of shit. That's a really weird look at Layla right there.
Yeah, I know. It's like she's breaking into the house and going to eat it all. Oh, no,
So
her nose disappeared.
Belino Reno says, thanks, Obama, Yo-Yo Ma, and Yo Mama.
Cheers, Oblino.
Government just wants my 535 plus acres farmlands and hardwoods. Oh, Jesus Christ be praised. They should do province collaboration brews. Fuck. Remember the state-run beer? Scott, do you remember the NB selection beer?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, remember that shit? That shit was around long enough that I actually sent some in a beer mail to Lee.
Thanks.
But it was like NB Liquor came out, and they got Moosehead to make it for them, but they came out with like a store brand beer to compete with other breweries in their fucking NB Liquor stores. And it was all made by Moosehead. It was basically just whatever cheap ass beer Moosehead decided to make for NB Liquor, but it was like state run fucking beer. It's like, okay. So that's disgusting. I don't know what he's talking about.
You talking that was the comment he made when Scott was talking about Moosehead firing him.
Oh, all right. Sometimes over promote Loosehead was a little bit of an understatement. Loosehead. Sorry to hear about that, my dude. Greg, I like your style.
That's when Greg was talking. That's when Greg was talking about the children thing. That's his style.
The loose heads that touch the little people.
$1 million company doesn't care about the people they step on to get to the top. Unfortunately, I have a great disdain for all corporations. And Moosehead's not even that big compared to other breweries, but like I think Moosehead's about the same size as Sam Adams or something,
which is not a small brewery at all.
No, Sam Adams is not small.
Yeah, but they're still classified as craft beer in the States, even though they're almost.
They keep changing the definition of craft beer.
That's the thing. The definition of craft beer changes so that they can keep considering Sam Adams a craft brewer.
Question: is Collective Arts bigger than Moosehead?
No.
Moosehead's bigger than Collective.
Okay, well that's so like I need an aerial shot of, because I've seen Collective Arts. It's fucking huge. So Moosehead being even bigger than that.
Collective Arts, like the brewery itself, they inherited all that space and they sold off. They took some of it down, and it used to be the Lakeport Brewery, which used to be like a big macro-sized brewery in Hamilton, Ontario, and then Collective Arts has bought the old building with the help of Nickelbrook.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember that now.
But now it's Collective Arts. That's why Collective Arts got huge all of a sudden, because they were just a small-time brewery back in 2014. Fuck.
Hold your breath or something. Drink some water. This is hilarious.
I got a belch and I keep talking. PA Brew says, I've been boycotting Moosehead for years. I'll keep it up. Figured you would. My dad just died 3 days before oh, fuck, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dead. Welcome to the Dead Dad Club.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very glad I'm not a member of that club, but
I don't think Henry was watching.
Give it time.
Stream
Nick,
at that point. During one of my live streams of Kingdom Come, I totally mentioned the whole, because in the game, spoilers, your parents get murdered, and so I'm like, Henry's also in the Dead Club.
Well, now I don't want to play the game. You spoiled it for me.
Henry from Stolen says he won't drink Moosehead again.
Cheers,
good for
Henry.
you. That's the spirit.
Cheers, dude.
I'm cheersing you too. You just can't see my kid. There we go. I'm having a GLB.
You know who's not cheersing? Scott's not cheersing. There you go.
There you go.
The Guinness glass.
That's some hazy looking Guinness.
Does this glass look familiar, Scott?
Yep. Did you get that from my house?
Yep. I bought it off you.
Yeah. Excellent.
It's like a metal stein, or not a metal
No,
stein.
it's not a metal.
Stoneware.
No, not stoneware. It's ceramic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. I forget who makes these, but it's some like German stoneware company that makes those glasses. I've got one, but it's unmarked. That was pretty cool to find. But this one here's actually got the Erdinger Oktoberfest logo on it. I'm assuming you got this at Gustav's.
Yes, I did.
Or whatever, that place in Sussex. I have never been there. I would love to go at some point.
It's delicious.
Maybe sometime when I'm visiting you guys in Sussex, we should go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
it's expensive.
So what? I want to go.
Okay.
We have breweries in one county get together at times and collab on a brew. They are fun to try. Interesting.
Collaborations are always fun.
States are in full retard mode. Yeah.
Never go full retard.
Huh.
Don't forget about stone growing like an untreated rash of poison ivy in multiple locations in different countries. Yeah. Cheers, boys.
Do it again.
Witchcraft.
Cheers.
Yeah. That's a sweet mug. Oh, yeah. I forget. I gotta remember who makes these. It's pretty sweet mug. That's why I bought it off of Scott.
Kind of harkens back to the kind of shit they'd be drinking out of Kingdom Come.
I got this off of him, and I got the Saint of Bois glass because you can hardly find those Saint of Bois tulips anymore.
I have one somewhere. I've got a bunch of my glasses are still in storage. I had so many glasses. I have so many glasses.
Oh, I got way too many glasses. I got like 6 or 7 boxes full of glassware from the old apartment I got way too many glasses. I'm probably gonna have to look at liquidating them, but
I just realized but my coworkers doing the game right now are probably so unhappy.
Why?
The game's going to overtime. So that means that they're doing the flood right now. So that means they're doing the flood. There's still 10 minutes left in an intermission. And then there's 20 minutes potentially of overtime. And they just there's no shootout in the playoffs. They just overtime. And
don't they get paid for that though extra?
That's the thing. They don't want to stay 2:30 is when the shift ends. They're already probably going to be there. Well, they don't have to get everything clean tonight because the next game will be in Oshawa if they win. And if they lose, it's over. So there's no rush to get the building clean. So they probably will go home around 2:30. But the people coming in tomorrow morning are going to probably walk into a shit show. That's funny.
That is hilarious.
It's one of those things where you.
Nick looks like he's writing a beer history right now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I've been doing. I've been trying to figure out something I did in Photoshop a couple of weeks ago. There was a thing I did with my solar eclipse pictures. I might as well show you, because this is kind of interesting for Henry.Stolitz.
Show us your moon
photography. I'm going through and I'm looking at some of my solar eclipse pictures, and I saw the total solar eclipse a few weeks ago, and I'm doing some kind of sharpening technique that I found on a YouTube video, but the YouTube video has been since set to private, and how the fuck do I do this again? So I figured it out, and what I'm trying to do in this image is trying to sharpen up sharpen up the flares in the bottom of the sun. I still got to do some noise reduction here. That's why it's so grainy. But I had to figure out how to paste it's done by doing a radial blur filter in here, and then you apply the filter at best quality spin. I'm not going to do it again, but I had to figure out how to make the subtraction layer and paste over top of it so that it actually sharpens up the image, because without this radial blur calculation sharpening thing, it looks like this, But when I paste in the calculations, it sharpens it right up to that. So I'm starting to make the flares in the sun a little bit more saturated because I'm trying to create an image where that stuff looks a little bit more real.
That looks like a dick and balls coming off the side of the sun.
You look at dick.
Oh, but go back to it. That looks like a dick and balls coming off the side of the sun.
What, over here?
Right there. Dick and balls.
What, this?
No, the other one.
All right.
Over to the
I'll
right,
be back.
to the right.
I'll be back in like 15 minutes.
Right there. Dick and balls.
Like right here, dick and balls hanging off the sun.
It's penetrating the sun to the side.
Right. Okay. So
this might be the most off the rails we've ever gone as far as like off topic from beer in a beer related chat. It's kind of funny.
Anyway, you apply the subtraction layer once, because like when you generate the subtraction layer, it comes out looking like this alpha 1 layer,
alpha male layer.
Anyway, I had to figure out how to do it from
that. Wait, go back. Wait, go back. Take undo the two things you just did.
This?
Yeah, the way that like when you can kind of see, it almost looks like the sun with like the rays coming off it. That's actually that's
really the kind of thing I'm trying to do. Like if you look at, like, I'm gonna get rid of all these. Get rid of the alpha 1. Go back. This is the original image I had, and even with some of the sharpening I did in Lightroom, you can see sort of like these interference patterns in the sun. If I apply these subtraction patterns, then you see that it kind of goes away. I'm not done with this image, but you can see like it starts to sharpen up the corona part of the image. But the whole thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sharpen up these flares to make them look.
I can't think of where I saw it, but I might have been on Reddit, but I saw a picture of the eclipse that was fucking straight. I should have sent it to you to show you, but it looked astonishing. It was just, I guess I've said some of the ones you took are really, really, really good, but this one was just like, I don't know, I can't even explain. It just blew my mind. It looks
some
so
people
awesome.
knew more about what the photograph before they went into it, so
that's fair enough. Well, again, like I'm not trying to.
I still did pretty well.
Yes, you did. You did fantastic. Henry said he loves beer glasses and beer mugs. Yeah, the variety out there, it's fantastic. Hopefully they have enough beer to last their shift. I'm not sure, but my coworkers aren't. Well, some of my coworkers there that are drinking will be drinking, but yeah, they won't run out of beer. They're well stocked at the arena, and they said where he is, they barely notice the eclipse.
Yeah, I suppose where are you from? Ohio? Yeah, you were quite a ways away from the totality area, but in New Brunswick, we got lucky. I was able to drive 2 hours and go into the path of totality. So
even here in Ontario, I was here when it happened, but I didn't actually see it. But we got pretty good coverage. Not in the path of totality like Mr. Fancy Pants, but it was all right.
Yeah, like Ontario got to see it. Like Greg, all he had to do is drive 5 minutes from his location. He would have seen it. Actually, Greg, if he was to have gone out to visit his mother that day, let's make it sound stupid. If he was to go out and visit his mother that day, he would have seen the whole thing. So this is like a collage I did with all the close pictures.
Title away. That the Great North American Eclipse.
Fuck you,
that sounds horrible. Your pictures are awesome, but I hate your title. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So yeah, like the solar pictures were clear enough you could actually see like details on the surface of the sun and sunspots and shit. So, and even when you got the moon coming in, I got you can see craters and the edges of shit on the moon, like where it's an uneven surface, which I thought was really cool. And then all of a sudden, of course, the main event. Like you get the diamond ring effect here, totality, and the end of totality here, and the rest of the solar phases.
You know what? Just North American eclipse, or to put 20 April 8th, 2024 North American eclipse. The great just makes it seem like it sounds ridiculous. I'm sorry.
That's so here's another one I did in Photoshop where I applied those sharpening filters and used a 6-image HDR, like 6 images to be combined into an HDR, and you can see where you got these like band patterns where the magnetic field of the sun was going through the corona, and you can see like around this flare, for example, you can see all the arcing, the magnetic field, because right now the sun is at its highest point of activity, like solar activity. It wouldn't look like this if it were like a few years from now when it's at solar minimum, but at solar maximum it's kind of like this weird jumbled ball. You can think of it as like a big ball of elastic bands wrapped around each other when it comes to magnetic fields. It's just and then you see all these patterns here because the corona is basically plasma moving around in these fields. So it's kind of cool to actually be able to capture that. Like this is something I never thought I would ever be able to take pictures of. And I kind of half expected it to be cloudy that day, but holy fuck, we had like some of the best seats in the house when it came to photographing the eclipse back in.
Paul mentioned Paul was cloudy. Here in North Bay, it was cloudy all day long until the eclipse, and then it cleared up, and then it clouded over again. It was honestly really cool. I wasn't expecting to be able to even see it, so I didn't have glasses or anything. So the best I did was I took a picture as I was doing my one flood on the Zamboni. Drove outside. Holy shit! It's sunny outside. Took a picture. Yeah.
So I got a question, or I got a request. Can I share my screen for a little bit? I have a prepared video. I have a prepared video.
All right.
Okay, there's a couple PA Brewers, Great White Eclipse, Henry laughing at that. And then then Nick, he likes your pictures.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
All right, just get rid of the great part. What's the problem with you?
Do you see my screen?
No. You gotta share your screen.
I did share my screen.
You have to hit present and
he's sharing it through Discord.
Yeah, hold on.
Discord.
Share that screen. There. Ready? Yeah. You see me? All right.
Yeah. Can't hear any sound yet. You have to stop sharing and then click use system audio.
Where's
there should be when you hit share, there should be like a include system audio or use system audio checkbox.
Okay. So I'm going to do another share. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Entire screen. This one here. There we go. All right. Ready?
As long as you're not racist like Greg.
No.
Hey, this is the fuzz. Recently, I lost my job at Moosehead. And one of the things that I have is my last free beer from Moosehead. They made me lose my house, my job. So I lose their product.
Wow. That's a statement, dude. You should have posted that online.
No, I'm good. I'll post it here.
The new owners of your house are going to be wondering why that one spot in the lawn is growing so well.
Feet cam.
I have another one too, if you're interested.
What's that? Now that you know how to do it.
Now that I know how to do it. I have a second one. Ready? Let me share my screen again. Share screen. Share screen. Entire screen. This one. Share the system audio. All right. Ready?
Yep.
This is the fuzz on my
Buffering.
last days here at my house. And today, I would like to
Oh, she's buffering.
Buffer.
Can you pause it and let it catch up? Is that
you
should be okay now? I
this is
think.
the fuzz
Yeah, weird.
on my
Refresh
This
the
is a fun.
page. Reload.
on my last days here at my house. And today, I would like to
Man, why is this buffering?
That worked out perfectly though. Right? You're
review a long time thing that's
Why is this?
been in my fridge for a little while.
Are you drinking the Moose Lake Ginger? Oh,
Me,
dude. I wanted to be
2011.
there for that.
Hopefully it kept. Let's crack it open. See what it is. Oh, there's a little bit of fizz still. My relationship with Moosehead is very fraught. I worked for them for about 9 months and enjoyed a lot of their products ever since.
God damn it.
this is
I'm
the
actually
first
kind of
time
jealous. I
I've-
wanted to try
this-
that.
Oh, very vinegary.
Jesus.
Still a little bit of head, still a little taste to it. Anyway, let's try it. Definitely still taste the ginger. I don't know. But very vinegary. The ginger kept, but the beer is quite sour. I would not test to drink this completely for fear of what may happen later. This is the Buzz reporting on 2011 Moose Ginger on April 21st.
Gross.
2024.
Yeah, I see that. Ouch. I kind of wondered because I remember seeing that in your fridge for like the last decade. That shit came out in 2011.
Yes.
And that was a 13-year-old.
13-year-old beer. I dumped it out too.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show. I wanted to show you the video of me dumping out the last free moose that I got.
Yeah. I'm glad you showed me the ginger video too, because that's like a piece of history too.
Too bad Greg wasn't here.
Yeah, Greg wasn't here to miss it. They may have it in still hungover from his birthday.
He had to go walk his dog.
Had to go wank his dog.
No. Van Wilder style?
Well,
God.
Nick, it's
Gross.
it's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes to 10. It's 2 minutes to 11 o'clock local. What do you want to do?
What do I do? I don't even know what you mean by that.
Like,
It's
are we
2 minutes to 11.
are we
What do you
ending
want
this
to do?
soon, or what's happening?
I don't know.
Like, it's up to you. Like, Henry's still here laughing at our comments.
I like just keep going until
Redbeard's here for at least another hour because he's an hour behind. I don't have a fucking job, so.
Oh, Paul with the coming in clutch
he's
with the
got the
question.
what's this week's beer question is the one we were going to do last week. We said we were going to do this week last week, which I think Carrie and Scott have a can of on handy. The Peak to Peak Collective Arcs Peak to Peak.
Well, if
IPA
Lady Lee is
27.
in town, she should be able to get it as well. So Henry, next week, she should be here for you.
Lady Lee's supposed to be able to get it.
That'll be the day before I move into my trailer. I'm not sure
And
I'll be able to go, but
Okay.
Also, Henry, randomly,
Worst case Ontario.
I'm not sure if you were watching. I think of the stream last night. You might have been gone when I said it. You just join my Discord.
Yeah,
The link is in my video description for my videos. And I need to see a picture of your medieval themed gaming room that you spoke of before. I'm sure Lady Lee would like to see it as well. So you need to get on that. Yeah.
so
And just more interaction with you would be great because you seem like a fantastically fun person. So yeah, go ahead, Scott.
So I want to fill in with Happy IPA, a product from Moncton.
How is it?
It's a 6.7. It's very good, actually.
Nice.
It doesn't have the big pine back end that I thought that it was going to be.
Wait, Battalion won. They just scored in overtime. Battalion win.
There you go. There you go. Extra work for you.
Yes and no. Again, my coworkers, I'm the only one who I'm like, I want them to go all the way this one time. So then from now on, I can be like, yeah, summer hours, summer. But my coworkers, they're all sick and tired of everything at this point. They want it to be over. So they're pissed. They're pissed right now. That's the crowd is losing its mind. This is fucking really cool. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. It just happened. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Happy IPA has really good taste to it. If Nick was here, I'd tell him to go pick up a can of it. Really
I think he's out here. You're probably
smooth IPA. Yeah, it's a really smooth IPA. Drama free. It says on the can. I would say, out of if we do the traditional score, IPA. I would say a 7.5 for style, and for personal enjoyment, I'd actually give it a 8.5 or even a 9, because it's I don't traditionally like an IPA, but this does not have any problems at all. Like, sure, it has the IPA taste to it, but it's smooth. Free.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very drama free. It's quite tasty. Have you had it before, Nick? Have you had it?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, some ratings. Then
quite tasty.
I got, but I'm not gonna do the Haze Mama, but the left field one I had. I'm drinking another Haze Mama now, but the left field I had in between the Haze Mamas, the stuffing in my Haze Mama Oreo, if you will, that left field pink lemonade sour it's from left field, so it's obviously overpriced for being a small can. It's just the way they roll. But it is one of those beers you could give somebody that's like, I don't like beers. Oh, lie and say, try this cooler after you poured it in glass. It even has like a red color to it. They take a drink. It tastes like fucking lemonade. Straight up. Yeah. Nice, good, tart, sour lemonade. They'd be like, holy shit, you like beer. But yeah, for what it is, style, 10, personal enjoyment, like 9.5. I'm not a huge lemonade fan, so I don't love it, but for what it is, they did it perfectly.
That was the same. That was the same as this Garrison I had just before this Happy IPA. The Garrison, it was a very Hawaiian tropic fruit kind of taste to it. I would feed this to my wife, who doesn't like beers at all, and she would actually enjoy that Garrison. But it was a very juicy. It was a very juicy beer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I know. I love a juicy beer.
Yeah. You'd probably like this Garrison mango dragon fruit IPA, I think. Garrison's out of Nova Scotia, Nick?
Yep, Halifax.
Yeah.
Been there a couple times.
Quite good. I like that beer and this beer. I'm quite happy with my selections tonight. Now, my next beer is going to be a local New Brunswick beer as well. I'm going to go get it right now.
All right. I think you were going to talk about what beers you have in the first place at some point a while ago.
Well, it was that Garrison and this Happy IPA, and then I'll talk about the next one coming up here soon. Let me go get. Right. Let me go to my homeless fridge.
Let's see what's in the fridge today, guys. Make sure it's got a bottle on date. Doesn't get that. All right, so who we got here? So I'll get on it, my friend. I'll join Discord afterwards. If you go to Discord. I hate wine shit, gives me a headache. I agree. It does give me a headache and heartburn.
I just don't like the taste of it. Any wine I've ever had just tastes like somebody failed at making grape juice. I just don't like it. Like I've had some like wine barrel infused beers. Like I don't know if they even make it anymore. Nickelbrick's Whiny Bastard.
Pair it with your mo.
It was kind of okay.
Cheeses, baby.
Nice.
Back in those days, we used to quote Dusty Rhodes all the time.
For a
Fuck,
while.
you took your job, Daddy, when you believe in the American dream.
Okay, why is this still online? I'm the only one with my camera on right now. This is ridiculous. Like, you know
I'm
what?
here.
I'm just starting to do. I'm just doing it.
Well, fine. I'm gonna turn my fucking camera on.
There you go. What's what? Henry agrees.
Yeah.
Cheers, Henry.
Failed juice.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Talk about hard times, Daddy.
I kind of wish I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm happy I'm here with you, but I kind of wish I went to the game tonight. That would have been a pretty good time. Like the crowd was just going crazy tonight.
Big girl lazy feet cam.
I don't know. And then there's a question I have too. Like when they go to overtime, do they reopen the concessions or just keep the one concession? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, like next game is in Oshawa, so should be interesting. The battalions still have to win 3 more in a row, so I don't know.
Holy fuck.
Bless you.
I'm assuming that Greg had to both walk his dogs and fuck the wife.
I was gonna say maybe the other way around, but that sounds kind of wrong.
Oh. What a nasty sneeze.
Lady Lee feet cam.
I'm drinking heavy here.
Hey, it's the middle of my weekend, baby.
Hmm?
I have to wake up tomorrow at whatever o'clock. Yes.
So what time? When would the next game be? Like Friday?
I think so. Yeah, in Oshawa, and then they come back here. Which here's a question. I don't know if you'd know, but Oshawa on their team bus has the 5-time Memorial Cup champions. They actually won it twice in a row. But the years they start on the back, 1939, I want to say, like, are they an OG OHL team? Have they never have they
Generals?
Scott? They've never moved.
Better, yeah.
They've just because the battalion came here after the Centennials. The Centennials were the team that were here for me growing up. But even that team, they were a bunch of teams, like I want to say at least 3 teams before they were the Centennials. And now they're the Saginaw Spirit, who are hosting the Memorial Cup this year. And as of last year, they've been the Saginaw Spirit the longest. They were the Centennials for like 20-ish. And last year, Saginaw became, so they've been them the longest. But
they move around. DHL teams move around a lot. The Oshawa Generals don't move. They haven't moved in many years.
It's funny too that it's the OHL, but Saginaw and also Flint are 2 teams in the OHL that are not even in Canada. It's very weird the way that works.
So the Oshawa Generals operated from 1937 to 1953, had a hiatus from 53 to 62 due to a fire, and then were resurrected in 1962. Famous alumni of the Generals include Hockey Hall of Famers Bobby Orr, Ted Lindsay, Alex Del Vecchio, Dave Andrechuk, and Eric Lindros.
I think that they have Bobby Orr's OHL Oshawa Generals jersey
numbers
so they have his actual jersey at the Don Cherries in Perry Sound, or they did. like Perry Sound being Bobby Orr's hometown, and Don Cherry being the world's biggest Bobby Orr fan. Like when he watching Coach's Corner and stuff back in the day when I was he compared everything to Bobby Orr. In Perry Sound, the Don Cherry's there is the only one that actually has Don Cherry's picture on the outside on the logo.
Because nobody wants to admit
and a bunch of
knowing John Cherry now.
You're not wrong.
What's interesting is I'm looking at the winningest team, but the team that's won the most Memorial Cups is the Toronto Marlboros.
There we go.
And the Toronto Marlboros haven't been a team since 1989.
It's what are they? It sounds like you're saying the name of an American smoke brand.
Yeah, well,
correct.
Yeah,
you are correct.
Yeah, the Toronto Marlboros. I'm assuming that's a play on the Marlies.
No,
That's
it's
really
a cigarette company.
They were probably sponsored by a cigarette company.
Yeah.
That was the thing back in the day.
Yep.
Well, randomly, I thought one of the other guys at the rink was telling me the North Bay Trappers.
No, it was named after the Duke of Marlborough.
The North Bay Trappers, the hockey team,
the cigarette was named after him.
Was in the NHL way back when the NHL was first formed. North Bay actually had an NHL hockey team, which compared to where NHL teams are these days is just crazy to me.
And what was their name?
The Trappers.
I don't remember the Trappers being in the NHL.
I don't either, but it's way before my time. So
what team is this?
The North Bay Trappers.
That was definitely not NHL.
I don't know. Look it up. It might have been the NHL before it was NHL. I don't fucking know.
Well, it might have been pre-40s.
But yeah, it was way back in the day. North Bay had a team that was on the national fucking level or some shit. I don't know.
So I must say,
you know what though? If you can prove me wrong and say it didn't actually happen at all, the guy that told me is also
the Trappers, 1962 to 82. They were a Ontario Provincial Junior A team in the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey Association, which ceased to exist in 1972. They were never. Apparently, they were a team that played. And yeah, in the 1963-64 semifinals, the Toronto Marlboros defeated the North Bay Trappers 4-0. So it's not the first time North Bay's been swept.
Well, no, obviously not. The team's been here for a while, dude. What do you funny joke, Nick?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And they haven't been swept now. They just won the game tonight, so fuck you.
Yeah.
He's right.
Well, it's just one of those things. There used to be a Northern Ontario Hockey League, and that used to be part of the CHL or some bullshit.
Yeah, not the NHL.
Yeah, so I think it was before the NHL was actually a thing or something.
That North Bay is on a world stage like St. John is.
So, Greg, I must say you missed a couple good videos there, buddy.
You know what? Back in the day, during the Cold War, if shit went down, North Bay would have been
one on that fucking fame.
No,
right?
yeah, I'm just that North Bay was one of.
Well, it makes sense. Go north of the wall.
100 years ago, St. John was a major port city.
Well, we still have. I'm not sure why they still maintain it to this day, but the bunker they built, the hill that I picked you up on the airport on top of that hill. There's a huge portion of that hill that has been hollowed out and was basically intended as that's where all the equipment stuff that's where the monitoring shit used to be back in the day for NORAD.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Yeah,
that's a good beer to have. I had one of those yesterday.
It was the Defen bunker. North Bay had a Defen bunker.
It was they basically had it. They basically had a small town. I don't know what the number of people.
I can hardly see a Grant Scott's camera, but I'm guessing that's a Tobique Brewing Old Highway.
Yes, it is.
I've had it.
Yes, it is.
Henry, I'm sorry. Henry's too drunk to play Kingdom Come tonight. You know what? Depending on how long this and chats go on, I might play some more tonight. I'm still coherent.
Kingdom Come in his pants.
Right, let's read some. Let's read some stuff.
Oh, Harry's turkey hunting tomorrow. Good times.
All right, so I don't have anything tomorrow until 4 p.m. PA Brew says I'm turkey hunting tomorrow. I chew tobacco.
He has
The
some,
Trap
sounds like
Keepers.
he has some good habits.
I only smoke the green. These some really random comments at this point. I'm too drunk to play Kingdom Come Deliverance tonight. And Moosehead Lager Storage Bunker.
If only PA Brew News actually watched my videos.
Yeah, well, PA Brew News probably wasn't paying attention. Oh, look at this. Diefenbaker is closer to Ottawa than North Bay. So, you get the radar here at the actual military history because he knows better.
That means that radar would be in that bunker,
Radar
and
was
I'd be in my
there.
bunker here in North Bay. That's fine.
Poor Radar was dishonorably discharged from the military.
Maybe I am more drunk than I realize. I just realized Greg has returned. I'm sure he's been here for a while at this point.
I blended into the
He's been
furniture.
taking his feet for the last 5 minutes. Yeah, so
That's right.
That's pretty funny. Greg, did you rate your beer at all? We rated our beers while you were gone.
no,
My non beer?
Did that all you drank? You didn't drink anything else?
Nope, I'm not drinking alcohol tonight.
Wow,
I'm being a good boy.
You are the most.
seltzers.
This is the most unappealing Greg I've ever encountered in my life right now. What the hell?
I'm sorry. I'm just a terrible boy.
Hey, Henry,
I was more fun yesterday.
Henry just noticed he's back as well. Nice. Cheers, Henry.
It's because I just blended into the furniture. Like, look at that.
Oh,
right beside the screen.
And Henry's most recent comment regarding Greg not drinking tonight. Gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's just funny. I like that. Gay. That makes me think that the Chang gift from Community. Gay.
Not even mixed with chalet sauce.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I have any chalet sauce.
I could
Go-
go for chalet.
Go look around in maybe is something that in the piano back there. You hiding the piano back?
It's actually a chalet sauce fridge.
Nice.
Jesus.
There you go.
Talking about taking my mom to chalet.
Multitasking. When you think about it, one of those pianos takes up a shit ton of floor space. To have something else kind of, maybe like look at the amount of room underneath it. You could build some kind of storagey thing under there. I'd just utilize the space better.
I'm surprised that Scott and Greg's place looks so familiar, similar.
Scott and I are actually living in the same halfway house.
There you go.
Well, Greg's camera is having some. Okay, there. Wow, geez.
All right, to make you guys happy, I'm going to have something with Cascade hops, a Cascade hop water.
It looks like a cabinet to me, there, Greg.
You're a cabinet.
If I hold up, yeah, okay, you can start a C-bone shaker. Oh,
yeah, it doesn't. The light doesn't work so well.
All right, I guess we're doing that.
My finger? Can you see my finger?
Yeah, we can. Is that meant for me, Nick?
All right.
Fuck you, Greg. I mean that with
Party at Scott's house. Woo!
Yeah, we're having a party at Scott's.
I don't have a house. Yay!
Neither do I.
Well, party at his halfway house.
Mine's. Oh, it doesn't like my hand in my glass. It's just thinking about it.
My hair looks like a mushroom right now. I get that Chairman Meow.
No. Nick has the Kim Jong Un.
Oh, that's the Nick. That's the Nick I want. You need to get that haircut.
It's not the Nick that you want. It's the Nick that you get.
It's the Nick you deserve.
Well,
this is ridiculous.
I still feel I deserve a little better.
I'm not sure what he was saying. Yes, there is too.
People that have grand pianos don't give a fuck about utilizing.
I can't really argue that. And then you know what? I could go for either one of those.
Frozen pizza would be. Yeah, don't forget to break your frozen pizza into quarters.
Dude, I don't eat a lot. It works perfect. If you have a pizza stone, you cook the cheese melts off the side onto the pizza stone, gets nice. You know what? Like the extra chewy, crunchy cheese. You know what I'm talking about? It works perfectly.
It sounds delicious, but it sounds like you should be doing it with the whole pizza and then eating the whole pizza.
Again, I don't. Anytime I've ever, there's been times where I'm hungry enough, but usually, whenever I cook a whole frozen pizza for myself, I'll eat half of it and be like, I'm full, and then refrigerate it, and it's not the worst thing in the world. Like cold pizza from the fridge. When it's like that, but still, just like cutting it in quarters, it works. And again, you get the extra bonus of the crunchy cheese on the side that melts down. It's delicious. I don't know. It works for me.
Well, listen,
sounds amazing.
folks,
I'd be like, I'd eat half that pizza. I'd eat the other half. I'd be like,
with all this talk of food, I'm gonna get myself some food. So I'm gonna take off. And I'm gonna go get some food, and then
I just cracked open a hot water for you.
I know. I'll join the chat in Discord afterwards.
All right. See you in a bit.
I think that's a whole indication that you guys want to take it to Discord. So I'm gonna end the stream here.
Yeah, we want nudity.
So let's put the penis on screen.
Wow, it doesn't like that right now. The artificial background doesn't like my penis at all.
It's unhappy with your penis, definitely.
I'm just a nis right now. I've become Asian.
Okay.
My penis.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you folks later. Cheers.
No, my penis. My penis.